Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I am going to change his diaper. I've got his clothes right here to get dressed for the day. I'm also going to apply his African shea butter lotion, or it's not lotion, it's like straight shea butter. It comes in like a tub. It's really good for his skin and it's keto diet approved. So this is a pillow that goes underneath his legs. Remove that and grab a diaper. We're out of diapers. Sorry, I had to go grab some diapers. I guess they need to be restocked. So, I'm just going to turn off his Pulsox machine because I'm going to switch his Pulsox probe to his other foot. Just because I try to change it, like, the nurses usually change it every shift, which is morning and night. But we didn't have a nurse yesterday, today, or last night. We didn't have a nurse this morning, so I've been doing everything instead of them since we don't have a nurse. And that's okay, because that means me and Bubby get to spend time together, huh, handsome? So, just gonna take off his jammies, put him in the dirty clothes. And now diaper change, huh, handsome? Oh, you poopy. So he pooped. I have to go drop a sample off at the lab, so I'll keep this sample so they can run it. But I'm gonna get them cleaned up, huh? To get them all cleaned up, huh, handsome? So we can't lift Creed by his legs because he's got osteopenia, which is similar to osteoporosis, except for he's not elderly. So we have to roll him when we change him. That way we don't risk like causing any fractures or anything like that. He doesn't like being rolled, so he gets very angry. And he's kind of hard to do by yourself unless you're, you know, experienced. So I got that diaper changed. So let's put on some shea butter, huh? Yeah! Yeah! So you just get a little bit out of there and it looks like that, and then you rub it in your hands. It'll kind of melt. And we just rub it on the skin, huh? Yeah, then massage those feet. Massage those feet. Yeah. Then we're gonna put some on your booty so we don't get no skin breakdown, huh? So yeah. So now that I've got his lower half with shea butter, I'm gonna put his diaper and his pants on and put his Pulsox back on the other foot. So when you put his diaper on, you can lift by his legs because you don't have to hold him up for that long. But it's not so much lifting by his legs. You kind of have to lift by his thighs closer towards his hips because his legs, you have to have enough support to not cause a fracture. But we don't usually let the nurses lift like that just because a lot of them right now are temp nurses and they just fill in. And we don't want them to accidentally hurt Creed. But obviously I'm his mom, so I've been doing this for a while and I've been taught how to properly lift his legs. So we're gonna put his pants on, huh? You wanna wear pants today? Do you wanna wear some pants today, Creators? So. Oh yeah. Ugh. And he's really big, so it's really hard to get his pants up. You kind of have to like work them up. And at home he can wear pants because it's easier for me to change him in his bed. When we're in public, like at most places only have baby changing tables, and Creed's too big for them. So when you put him on him, like you have to keep your knee under the changing table, and then like try and keep it held up, and then change him at the same time, and then get his pants all the way off, all the way back on, and it's just like a really big hassle. So normally, if they're not adapted pants, we don't. So now I'm gonna take these little adult washcloths, and I'm just gonna wipe under his arms because Creed keeps his arms locked, so it causes all the sweat and stuff gets trapped there. So I try to keep it clean so that he doesn't get like a yeast infection or anything like that underneath there. And then I'll take one more and wipe underneath his neck. Yeah. Hi. It's time for some deodorant. And then he does wear deodorant. It's a special kind that we get at the grocery store that's keto diet approved. And then we'll put some shea butter on his upper body as soon as we get his G-button dressing changed. So this gets changed twice a day. We just take off G-button dressing. Hi, Bubs. And we take some gauze. These are 2x2s. They go underneath the button. And this is a wound cleanser. So I just spray it with a little bit of wound cleanser. And then I just wipe around the button. Make sure there's no, like, anything built up or anything like that. Because, it is an open wound. So, it's still trying to heal. So it'll cause like scabs and stuff like that. Sometimes just because it's a newer incision and they just changed the G-button. So now that that's clean, there isn't a granulation tissue or anything on there, so I don't have to put any like lotion or anything like that on there. The site looks really good. So I'm just gonna take this and I'm just gonna slide it underneath the button. That way, in case there's any leakage or anything like that, it'll catch it so it's not sitting on his skin. Now I'm gonna take some shea butter. Say time for the body! And I'm going to put some on his upper body. Woo! I love you. Now your arms. Let me see those arms. Let me see those arms. Let me see those arms. Yeah. Let me see those arms. Yeah, he's so handsome. He's so handsome. You're so handsome. Now you're back. And then the last thing we got to worry about is your face. Huh. Yeah. So. There's that. So his whole body is now done. I'm going to put his shirt on. Because Creed doesn't like to be naked. It makes him very angry most of the time. So, we try to get him dressed as quickly as possible so he doesn't get mad at us. So, let's put your shirt on. Hi, handsome. Oh, give me the arm. So, for his clothes, we do try to make sure that they're not bunched up anywhere because it can cause pressure sores if they're bunched up. And we obviously, pressure sores are bad, so you don't want them. Karita's never had one. So now I'm gonna put this is his G-button extension. We're gonna put it back on so that later when it's time to connect his feet, he's usually still asleep because he got his meds. So we just connect him while he's sleeping. This is his CPT vest. We're gonna put it back on because we're about to have to do breathing treatments. So I just slide it underneath them and pull it through. A baby blanket, it just protects his G-button in case, you know, we don't want it to get shaken or anything like that. Well, not shaken, but we don't want the shaking to cause like irritation against his skin because it's causing the button to shake against his skin. So now I'm gonna put his pulse ox on the other foot so that we can track his oxygen level and his heart rate. Since he's about to fall asleep, we want to make sure that he's staying stable. So I'm just getting a new sticky thing for his pulse ox instead of switching the whole sensor, because you only get like 10 sensors a month, and then they send me extra of these. That way we can, you know, keep using the same sensor, because sometimes the sensor's not bad, but the sticky thing comes off, and that makes it kind of difficult. So, alright, buddy. Now that that is all done, we're going to turn this pulse ox back on. And we're going to turn his vest back on. I'm going to put his pillow back underneath his legs. This just kind of supports his legs. It's like a squishy pillow. It just helps so that his legs aren't flat, because that usually makes him pretty uncomfortable. So now I'm going to put all this stuff up, and I will be back for the next part.